Hi there. This poem by A. Milne seems like a very suitable one at this time. Okay, it's called Sneezels. Christopher Robin had weasels and sneezels. They bundled him into his bed. They gave him what goes with a cold in the nose and some more for a cold in the head. They wondered if weasels could turn into measles, if sneezels would turn into mumps. They examined his chest for a rash and the rest of his body for swellings and lumps. They sent for some doctors in sneezels and weasels to tell them what ought to be done. All sorts and conditions of famous physicians came hurrying round at a run. They all made a note of the state of his throat. They asked if he suffered from thirst. They asked if the sneezels came after the weasels, or if the first sneezel came first. They said, if you teasel a weasel or sneezel, a measle may easily grow. But humour or pleasel the weasel or sneezel, the measle will certainly go. They expounded the reasons for sneezels and weasels, the manner of measles when new. They said if he freezes in draughts or in breezels, then thiesels may even ensue. Christopher Robin got up in the morning. The sneezels had vanished away, and the look in his eye seemed to say to the sky, now, how to amuse them today. And this is a poem called Binker. Binker, what I call him, is a secret of my own, and Binker is the reason why I never feel alone. Playing in the nursery, sitting on the stair, whatever I am busy at, Binker will be there. Oh, Daddy is clever. He's a clever sort of man. And Mummy, she's the best since the world began. And Nanny is Nanny, and I call her Nan. But they can't see Binker. Binker's always talking because I'm teaching him to speak. He sometimes likes to do it in a funny sort of squeak. And he sometimes likes to do it in a hoodling sort of roar. And I have to do it for him because his throat is rather sore. Oh, Daddy is clever. He's a clever sort of man. And Mummy knows all that anybody can. And Nanny is Nanny, and I call her Nan. But they don't know Binker. Binker's brave as lions when we're running in the park. Binker's brave as tigers when we're lying in the dark. Binker's brave as elephants. He never ever cries, except like other people when the soap gets in his eyes. Oh, Daddy is Daddy, and he's a daddy sort of man. Mummy is as mummy as anybody can. And Nanny is Nanny, and I call her Nan. But they're not like Binker. Binker isn't greedy, but he does like things to eat. So I have to say to people when they're giving me a sweet, oh, Binker wants a chocolate, so could you give me two? And then I eat it for him because his teeth are rather new. Well, I'm very fond of Daddy, but he hasn't time to play. And I'm very fond of Mummy, but she sometimes goes away. And I'm often cross with Nanny when she wants to brush my hair. But Binker is always Binker, and he's certain to be there. The next poem is called Us Two, and it's about Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh. Wherever I am, there's always Pooh. There's always Pooh and me. Whatever I do, he wants to do. Where are you going today? Says Pooh. Oh, well, that's very odd, 'cause I was too. Let's go together, says Pooh, says he. Let's go together, says Pooh. What's twice 11? I said to Pooh. Twice what? Said Pooh to me. I think it ought to be 22. Oh, just what I thought myself, said Pooh. It wasn't an easy sum to do. But that's what it is, said Pooh, said he. That's what it is, said Pooh. Let's look for dragons, I said to Pooh. Yeah, let's, said Pooh to me. We crossed the river and we found a few. Yep, those are dragons, all right, said Pooh. As soon as I saw their beaks, I knew. That's what they are, said Pooh, said he. That's what they are, said Pooh. Let's frighten the dragons, I said to Pooh. That's right, said Pooh to me. I'm not afraid, I said to Pooh, and I held his paw and I shouted, shoo! Silly old dragons, and off they flew. I was never afraid with you. So, wherever I am, there's always Pooh. There's always Pooh and me. What would I do, I said to Pooh, if it wasn't for you, said Pooh. True, it isn't much fun for one, but two can stick together, says Pooh, says he. That's how it is, says Pooh. And look, there's some pictures. Do they look like dragons to you? I think they look like ducks, maybe geese. And the next one's a little short one, and it's called Knight in Shining Armour. Can you see the picture of Winnie the Pooh getting dressed up as a knight? Oh, sorry, that's not Winnie the Pooh. That's Christopher Robin getting dressed up. Winnie the Pooh's watching him. Whenever I'm a shining knight, I buckle on my armour tight, and then I look about for things like rushing outs and rescuings, and saving from the dragon's lair, and fighting all the dragons there. And sometimes when our fights begin, I think I'll let the dragons win, and then I think perhaps I won't because they're dragons, and I don't. Maybe Pum will come and give you a wave. Come and have a wave to Carl. So
Hello.
look, you can't see your face. Not going to have a face? Hello, bye.